It's been a minute since we've reported, but we're back on schedule, and the market has given us plenty to work with. SPY just closed bullishly for the ninth straight week, up more than 20% from its March low, but there's now a glaring negative divergence on the daily chart, with price making a new swing high while RSI fails to confirm. On top of that, SPY and QQQ both closed with doji candles. Oil broke down from its triangle, financials are still lagging, Bitcoin has started a fresh daily downtrend, and copper miners are getting very interesting.
Let's get back into what Grok Trade is seeing across the charts. And quick reminder before we do, this is not buying advice, selling advice, shorting advice, or a personal recommendation on anything we mention. Grok Trade is sharing market commentary, technical analysis, chart-based opinions, and trader education. So trade your own plan, manage your own risk, and speak with a qualified financial advisor for advice specific to your situation.
So jumping right in, 9 straight weeks of gains for SPY is just incredible. But, seeing those doji candles on both SPY and QQQ, plus that RSI divergence you mentioned, kind of feels like a marathoner just hitting the wall, right? Are the bulls finally exhausted here?
Yeah, it really does look like that on the surface. RSI divergence essentially signals that the underlying momentum is slowing down, even though the price is technically still pushing up.
Right. It's slowing down, but not reversing yet.
Exactly. And, the crucial trading wisdom here is that a strong trend really deserves respect.
Right. You don't just step in front of a freight train.
Exactly, yeah. You have to wait for actual confirmation rather than just assuming the market has to reverse immediately. It could just be pausing to digest those gains.
Okay, so we wait for confirmation. But what about the financials? Because XLF is still lagging, right?
Okay.
It's just kind of stuck in this elongated flag below its 200-day moving average.
Yeah, that is a glaring issue. You look at the big players like JP Morgan. JPM is just pinballing between these converging trend lines right now.
And Bank of America, BAC, has its moving averages packed so incredibly tight.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's like a building pressure in a sealed pipe. You know it's going to blow, you just don't know which direction it's going to burst yet.
That is the perfect way to put it. And, it really matters because where bank stocks move, the broader markets tend to follow. They are the underlying engine.
Yeah, totally. And speaking of pressure, light crude oil, CL, just broke down from its symmetrical triangle.
It did. The sellers won that squeeze, but we really have to remember that oil remains highly vulnerable to war-related headline risks right now.
Oh, absolutely. One piece of geopolitical news can flip that chart upside down in seconds.
Right. And tying into that, XLE, the energy sector, is cooling off right into a key support level too, so we'll see if that holds. Since we're back on schedule, drop a comment and tell us what chart you want Grok Trade watching next. And if these summaries help you stay locked in on the market, hit the like button and subscribe so you can catch the next update.
Definitely drop those comments. Now, switching gears a bit, we really need to talk about Bitcoin. It just rejected hard at its 200-day moving average.
Yeah, and it started a fresh daily downtrend, right? Making lower highs and lower lows.
Exactly. And the big question for crypto traders right now is whether this daily downtrend is going to trigger that bigger weekly drop we've been watching.
Man, it really is a massive test for the bulls.
It is. Meanwhile, you look at the metals, and gold and silver are just, consolidating without much conviction at all.
Yeah, they're kind of just asleep. But copper miners, COPX, are getting very interesting.
Right, yeah. They are the standout.
Wait, really? What's the setup there?
Well, COPX is sitting comfortably above its 200-day moving average, and it's inside this massive symmetrical triangle right near the apex. So a breakout could be imminent, which would signal some serious underlying economic demand.
Wow, that's a wild contrast to the fear we are seeing over in Bitcoin. So looking at all this for Friday, May 29th, 2026, it leaves me with a thought for you all to mull over this weekend.
Yeah, the big overarching question is, will the broader market finally care about this negative divergence and the sector lag, or is it just going to keep shrugging off all this macro pressure?
Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay sharp out there, and we'll catch you next week as we track SPY's divergence, the banks, oil, Bitcoin, energy, metals, and copper miners. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you're a newer trader and want a great foundation with no fluff, start with our free Trading 101 videos at groktrade.com/learn. And if you're ready to reach your full trading potential, whether you're a total beginner or a battle-hardened trader, check out our mentorship program at groktrade.com/trading mentor. All of these links are in the description below. Grok Trade is where traders reach their full potential.